Hello students, welcome to another lesson on factoring trinomials when a is not 1. Okay, before we just have to do the outer and inner method to get our answer. For example, okay, we find the factors 3, 1, and the factor of this guy, there's a bunch of them, right? Like 5, 3, 3, 5, 15, 1, and 1 and 15, and then we search by doing the outer and inner. So we check, multiply the outer number, okay, and you get 9, so 3 times 3 is 9, and then the inner number, 1 times 5 is 5, and then you add those two, see it gives you the middle number, and it does. So therefore these two are your factors, and then you're done. You write your answer as 3x plus 5, and then x plus 3. Alright, now today's lesson, we're actually going to try a different method. Okay, we're going to combine the diamond method with our factoring a trinomial when a is not 1. Alright, so let me show you how to do that. First thing, okay, so we should get the same answer. Alright, because it's the same problem. So we're going to take the first number and we're going to multiply that with our last number. And then you're going to rewrite it without the 3 on front. So we can have x squared plus 14x plus 45. Since now there's no number in front, what is up? There's just a 1 in front, we could use the diamond. Alright, so again the first number is 45, so two numbers that multiply gives you 45, and add to gives you 14. Alright, that would be 9 and 5. And then you rewrite it, okay, x plus 9 and x plus 5. Obviously, that is not our answer, okay? So therefore, here's what we're going to do. We will take the number that we used to multiply the last number, we're going to circle that, okay? And we're going to put an arrow right over here, and then we're going to put a fraction, that number 3, underneath the second number to both of them. So 9 over 3 and 5 over 3. And then we're going to reduce that, x, and leave it as a fraction, 3 over 1. Okay, and then this one can't be reduced, so just leave it as 5 over 3. And then you're going to circle the number on the bottom of that reduced fraction. And then you can put an arrow right in front of it, in front of the x to both of them. And guess what? That's your coefficient for the number in front of x. I'm going to write down my answer over here. Over here, right? Put a little arrow here. Okay, so my final answer is going to be 1x, or just x, plus 3. And then that goes to right here, that gives you 3x plus 5. And as you can see, that's the same answer as this one. Alright, we're going to try it again. So we can go number 3. Please take notes. You can pause and rewind. So again, I'm going to multiply. Rewrite it, n squared minus 15n minus 16. Do my diamond, negative 16, negative 15, and then two numbers that multiply gives you negative 16, add gives you negative 15. That would be negative 16 and positive 1. Rewrite it, n minus 16, n plus 1. And then I'm going to take the 4 over here, and then put an arrow right here to remind me that when I rewrite it, oops, I'm going to put a 4 underneath that, my bad. Put a 4 underneath that. Then I'm going to reduce it if I can. And this one I can. So I'm going to rewrite it as n minus 4 over 1. And then n plus 1 over 4. Alright, so these number, that's the bottom part of the fraction, goes in front of the variable. That becomes a coefficient. And I'm going to write my answer right over here. You can write the answer in the bottom, but I have no room, so I'm going to rewrite it as 1n, or just n minus 4, 4n plus 1. Let's do it again. Number 4. Alright, we'll do number 4. Okay, so again, multiply, So I have x squared plus 9x plus 20. Do the diamond, 20 and 9, and that will give me 5 and 4, or 4 and 5. Rewrite it as x plus 5, x plus 4, and then I'm going to take the 4 and I'm going to put it underneath those two numbers. So that gives me over 4 and over 4. That can't be reduced, that's okay. It'll be x plus 5 over 4. Now this one can be reduced, so it'll be x plus 1 over 1, my bad. Alright, my final answer, I'm going to write it down here. So again, these number goes right on front, becomes the coefficient of the x. That would give me 4x plus 5, and this would be x plus 1. There you go. Alright, for today's lesson, I want you to practice using this method, and then in the future, you can decide to do the inner-outer method or the diamond plus method. Alright, we can do one more problem, and that would be, I believe it's going to be let's go ahead and do number 16. Alright, number 16. Okay? Alright, so for this one, you got to make sure you glance first and see if you can actually factor out a number first. And you can factor out the 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 2, it gives me 4n squared plus 15n minus 25. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and multiply this number. That will give me, and I'm going to leave the 2 there for now, and I'm going to come back to the 2 later, okay, and I'll show you how to put the answer later. So I'm going to have 2n squared, oops, my bad, just the n squared, my bad. So just the n squared plus 15n minus 100. I'm going to do the diamond method. Again, I left the 2 out for a second. I'll bring that 2 in later, okay, so that gives you negative 100, and then 15. Alright, and I'm going to get negative 20. Actually, you know what? It's going to be a positive 20. Yes, it's going to be a positive 20. And then a negative 5. There you go. Alright, so let's double check that. Yep, we're good to go. Alright, let's go ahead and rewrite it. So that will give me n minus 20, n plus 20, and n minus 5. Okay, now, this is a little trickier. So again, I'm going to ignore the 2 for a second. I'm going to take that 4 because we just factored out the 2. So we're going to ignore the 2 for a second, but the 4 remains the same. So we're going to put the 4 down here. Okay, so what I'm going to have is a 4 underneath these two. Just a 4. And I'm going to rewrite it in a reduced fraction. So I'm going to get n plus 5 over 1, n minus 5 over 4. Again, these 2 will go to the front of the coefficient. Okay, and my final answer, I'm going to write it right here, guys. It's going to be n plus 5, and then 4n minus 5. Alright, and then that's my final answer, but remember I factored out the 2, so I have to come back and put the 2 in front. This. And that is my final answer. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Thank you, and have a good day.